Hello, folks. Getting close to the election, aren't we? Um, lot of important decisions that people of this state and McPherson County are going to have to make. And some of those decisions um, could be a game changer in many respects. Um, I'm titling this one Two Person Horse Race Only for South Dakota Governor. If you may or may not be aware, we have four people running for governor: Roden, Bowden, Johnson, and Hanson. Um, and a lot of times, when you see this many people in a horse race, um, a lot of times, unfortunately, what will happen is the vote will get split, and there's a good possibility that the person that we don't want in makes it in. And they calculate this. They know that that works. The more people in the race, the more money they spend campaigning in hopes that their chances are greater of winning. And a lot of times, also, when you have this many individuals running, potentially there's one of them that may drop out because they see this could happen, and so they're doing what they can for the good of the country, the community, the county, whatever the case may be, and or they may drop out because they know they don't have a chance. I don't know. With that said, do you receive these things in the mail? I get them every damn day. And I have to laugh at them prior to throwing them away. I have sent emails to Dusty Johnson's campaign and told him to take my mailing address off of their list because I'm tired of getting his garbage. But so far it's gone down a little bit. Anyway, I just received these, and I one of them, this one here, this one's about Hanson. This one's about Roden. This one here is the reason why I'm doing this video, and I will let you know why. So anyway, this one is about Roden, Big Tax Larry Roden. See this on YouTube videos all the time too. Can't get away from that. It'll be nice to clear the airwaves once the election's over. So one thing when you get these, if you have time, go in and see who the PAC is that is supporting it. Now, this one is paid for by Rushmore Principles. I have not gone in to check on them yet, but a good indicator, real good indicator, to tell you who to vote for, is if you check on these PACs and see what they believe in, which most of the time are lies, and see who they're campaigning for. So anyway, this one says, on June 2nd, reject big tax Larry Roden. Increase the sales tax up to 4.5%. That's pretty high. I don't know. He hasn't been governor that long, so I don't know where our sales tax has gone up that high. Allowed more local taxes. Created two new sales taxes that can be levied by local governments to create their own. Okay, so created two new sales taxes that can be levied by local governments to create their own sales tax on top of his increased state sales tax. Wow. Oh, there's a lot in that one. you don't create new sales tax. You create bills, and they vote on the sales taxes. Um, and I'm only aware of one bill that went to our county commissioners, and I referenced that in my other video where I go over a bunch of property tax bills. So I don't know whether, and over Roden's career, he voted to raise over 400 taxes and fees. Thanks to him, South Dakota families pay more for groceries, clothes, and utilities. Now, I guess the sales tax has something to do with the groceries and clothes. I don't, about utilities, I don't know that any of our representatives would have any influence in writing a bill that would increase our utilities. But with that said, even for this one, there's lies in it. Now, am I going to vote for Roden? Hell no. I'm not going to vote for Governor Roden. He has done nothing, as far as I'm concerned, for the short time that he's been in. I can tell you that his Attorney General, Jack Lee, who's also running for congressman, I believe it's congressman. I haven't been keeping track of him. Really don't care about him either. He's worthless too. Anyway, the Governor Roden has got a rogue attorney general who hires these lawyers, Grant Flynn being one of them, who do absolutely nothing for election integrity. Like Kristi Noem, who did nothing for election integrity, Governor Roden has gone down the same path. And whenever you bring up any election integrities issues to his attorney general's office, they basically tell you you're full of crap. There's nothing we can do. Even though people have broke state law, they don't care. So Roden, nah, ain't gonna vote for him. Dusty Johnson, no, I'm not gonna vote for him. That individual, if you've not kept track of what he's done in the Senate, what really burns me the most is the bills, all the spending bills during the Biden regime, where they voted on giving billions and billions of our dollars to Ukraine. Dusty Johnson was right up there, voted for him, along with Thune and Mike Rounds, matter of fact. They all voted to waste our taxpayer dollars and send it to Ukraine. Plus, Johnson has been a senator for I don't know how many terms he's served, but I just have this issue with somebody coming out of Washington that loves to spend our money, and then all of a sudden they come back and they want to be governor. No, I won't be voting for Dusty Johnson. He once he gets out of the Senate, he can go back to wherever he needs to go and live his life, but leave South Dakota citizens alone. Toby Doden and John Hanson, as far as I'm concerned, that should be the race for the governor. Only those two. And I will tell you that the reason why I say that is because, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'll leave that out for now. There are people that are going to vote for Toby Doden. There's no doubt. There's a lot of people that do not like him for the simple reason that, whatever reason, personal reasons, business-related reasons, that's fine. If you don't want to vote for him for that, that's fine. Again, the only two people, as far as I'm concerned, should be Hanson and Doden. Toby Bowden in the race. Getting these names mixed up. We got to get the election over so I can get it out of my head. Now this one here is against John Hanson. John Hanson voted to raise your taxes. Grocery, gas, school supplies. John Hanson voted to make it all cost more. Again, same thing. Who is this paid for? This is paid for by Dusty Johnson. Dusty Johnson. Shame on you, Dusty Johnson. Shame on you for lying. Lying. So, it says in here that John Hanson voted to raise the sales tax 6%, making nearly everything you buy more expensive. You know, I don't, this year's taxes, there was not one in there to raise our sales taxes by 6%. I mean, was this over the lifetime of John Hanson's career and peer? It doesn't stipulate. It just voted to raise the sales tax 6%. Then it says voted to give counties brand new power to pile on their own sales tax on top of it. Right. So, got this note here. HB 1261, and I mentioned it. I mentioned it in my video about the state legislators and the 2026 session. But Dusty Johnson's not going to tell you this. HB 1261. Candidate Hanson, Speaker of the House Hanson, has been from day one saying that he wants to tackle property taxes. And when he said that, no other candidate has ever said that until after he brought it up. And his plan was to take $60 million from they call it a house, something like a house fund, which there's $120 million in there. And he wanted to take $60 million of that house fund and distribute it to the counties to give us property tax relief. HB 1261 was that bill. He was the prime sponsor for that bill. And as I mentioned in my other video, Representative Nostrom from Brown County went and amended it and changed it to $101. Instead of $60 million, he changed it to $101. Well, of course, they're not going to vote on that. And so they shot it down. On top of that, there was a bill, and I don't have it at the top of my head right now. There's a bill that they voted on, and it was signed by Roden, and it runs right into where a plan that he had, because John Hanson also said that Governor Roden wants to take $60 million at the time, wanted to take $60 million of our money and give it to two airports, Rapid City and Sioux Falls. That didn't go anywhere, but there was a bill that was introduced and passed and signed by the governor giving $15 million each to Sioux Falls and Rapid City airports. 0% interest on that loan, on a 20-year loan, 0% interest. So Governor Roden kind of got what he wanted. He got money to go to the airports. 0% interest loan for 20 years. As I mentioned in my other video, for 20 years, the taxpayers are not going to see that money come back. Now, SB 96, that was a bill. I want to bring something up here so I can get this right. SB 96. show you this bill here. SB 96 is to authorize the imposition of a county option gross receipts tax to reduce owner-occupied property taxes. As in my video about the 2026 session, it states that they voted on, this was passed by the governor. Not only was it passed by the governor, this was requested by the governor, at the request of the governor. And it passed, and he signed it on March 12th, 2026. This was the bill, instead of HB 1261 taking $60 million that's just sitting around doing nothing and giving it to as property tax relief. The governor's like, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and turn the responsibility of property tax relief over to the county commissioners. But what the county commissioners have to do is raise, if they want to do it, raise the sales tax in each county by 0.5%. And then that money will get put into a slush fund. They got to create an ordinance. It needs to get voted on by the people. And then you probably get your property tax relief. Now, as I stated in my other video, McPherson County, no, it's never going to work. All we're going to do is end up paying for our own property tax relief. So if you go in here, this shows you who voted for it and who didn't vote for and who voted against it. So down here in the bottom, it shows, yeah, Hansen did vote for it. Carla Lems voted for it, the deputy, his running mate for lieutenant governor. But then if you go over here to Northstrup, the one that shot down or amended HB 1261 that John Hansen introduced, he voted against it. So Northstrup from Brown County, please explain to us exactly what the hell you want to do with property taxes. Do you not want to give us any property tax relief at all? Is that your plan? He goes and amends HB 1261 to $101 to cut off the $60 million, and then when it comes to property tax relief, which is bogus anyway, then he votes against it. So Northstrup from Brown County, I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever. So, yes, Hansen did vote for that because he has said since day one of his campaign, he wants to give property tax relief. And so after HB 1261 got voted down, there's a good possibility, I'm picking his brain here, there's a good possibility he said, well, since they voted down my bill, I guess this is all we can get. And basically that would be the right way of thinking. I guess this is the only way that we can get property tax relief to the citizens of South Dakota at this time. Hopefully I can get in as governor, and then we can use that housing fund to do what I want to do. So I'm thinking, and I would almost bet I'm correct, I'm thinking that's why he voted for this. This kind of dirty politics disgusts me. These are lies. These are lies. I am concerned. I'm highly concerned because we have no idea how Minnehaha County is going to vote. As many liberals there are down there. My concern is that the vote is going to get split and Johnson is going to become the governor. Roden, I don't think. Roden, I don't think has a snowball's chance in hell. But I just have this feeling, bad feeling, that the votes are going to get split and Johnson's going to get in. I can tell you if that happens, we're going to get a do nothing governor yet again. It will not help the state whatsoever. I will tell you, as of today, the only individual that I have not been receiving these things in the mail from is this gentleman right here, John Hanson. He is the only one that has not sent me garbage and lies. He's also the only one that I'm aware of that has not been stating a whole bunch of garbage about the. In fact, I think I saw one commercial from him last night, and he's basically talking about what he can do. He's not talking about how bad the others are. He's doing a fair campaign as far as I'm concerned. And this, for this reason right here, is why I will be voting for John Hanson for governor. I'm not going to tell you how to vote. You vote how you want to. But I've seen the garbage out there by the PACs. I've been getting text messages from these PACs. Got one from a group out of Sioux Falls the other day. Something Citizens for Safety of South Dakotans or something like that. Got into a text message argument with them. They said they were attacking John Hanson as well. And I asked them, well, who are you campaigning for? And they said, well, we're not. And they replied to my text message. We're not getting any. We're not campaigning for anybody, but you can vote whoever you want to, but not for John Hanson. Really? Okay. That's another indicator, people. When you see somebody that is attacked heavily, that's the person you need to watch for, because that tells me that, number one, the other candidates are scared. Number two, they just don't want this person to get in. That's another good indicator of who gets trashed the most out there. And so far, Hanson is the one that's being trashed the most. He's got my vote, because I am quite frankly tired of our do-nothing legislators. I'm especially tired of our do-nothing governors that we've had. It's time for some changes. So that's all I got. This one set me off. I've received a lot of these over the weeks, but this one set me off. From, again, paid for by Dusty Johnson, Crusty Dusty Johnson. We got June 2nd is going to be very telling. And it will, the way the votes go, it will set the course for how South Dakota is going to, what path South Dakota is going to take. And right now, whether you pay attention to politics or not, right now we're teetering on the edge of some bad stuff. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, I will let you go. I wanted to get that out there. Have a good day, week, month, year. Catch you later.